There's a sweet illusion we cling to every day, the illusion of freedom. We wake up, brew a coffee, scroll through our phones, and tell ourselves we'll just go with the flow, letting inspiration lead the way. We fear plans because we think they're just rigid lines, a cage that smothers our creative instincts. We worship spontaneity because it gives us a fleeting sense of liberation. But let's be honest after a day like that. What's actually left? Is it true peace? Or is it a ghost of anxiety haunting your mind? About projects sitting untouched, emails left unread, and a to-do list that only grows longer. The harsh truth I've realized is this. When you don't have a guiding thread through the maze of busyness, you aren't free. You're actually a hostage to your own chaos. Spontaneity without a foundation isn't freedom. It's a cowardly escape from the responsibility you owe to your future. If you don't draw a map for your life starting at 8 a.m., you'll soon be swallowed by the nameless void.
Victor Hugo once said that the person who plans their morning and follows that plan carries a thread that leads them through the busiest maze. Today, personal planning isn't about filling every gap with work. It's actually a sophisticated art of lifestyle design. It's where we harmonize biological energy, psychological traits, financial foundations, and the internal mechanics of motivation. Don't mistake busy for effective. A rat on a wheel is busy, but it isn't going anywhere. The price of living without a plan is regret, a chronic disease that no medicine can cure. In America, we call this do-it-as-you-go approach winging it. It's a strategy that feels good at first, but it's a gamble where you're guaranteed to lose in the long run. Because when you choose to react to trouble instead of forecasting it, you unintentionally turn yourself into a professional firefighter. You spend your whole life putting out small fires that spark every day. Then one day you look back and the house of your dreams, your big goals, your true passions has burned to the ground because you never had the time to tend to it. Even more dangerous, a lack of planning strips away your most vital tool for progress, the ability to look back. If you don't have a documented roadmap, you have no data to analyze why you failed. You'll find yourself tripping over the exact same spot, repeating the same mistakes, wondering why your life never moves forward. When a crisis hits, your lack of preparation will strip away every opportunity. Why do most plans fail? It's the lack of alignment between abstract ambition and concrete execution. Human willpower is a finite resource. When you get greedy with your goals, you exhaust yourself before you even start. The most important step is actually the art of saying no, having the guts to cut the trivial to protect the space for the great. Our brains have a working memory with extremely limited capacity. Trying to store every detail in your head only leads to anxiety. When the brain hits cognitive overload, it reacts with action paralysis. You look at a massive mountain of work, and your brain chooses to lie down and scroll through your phone instead. It's a defense mechanism against a threat called pressure. To escape the chaos, you need to understand freedom within the form. Think about a cross-country road trip. If you drive 2,500 miles without any logistics, you'll spend the whole trip worrying about where to sleep. That survival anxiety steals your entire capacity for enjoyment. You won't have the headspace to watch the sunset or the mountains because you're too busy hunting for a hotel room. But when the anchors are locked in, your mind is completely liberated. You can truly wander along a stream you suddenly find on the side of the road without a single fear.
Just like a backyard barbecue, thorough preparation of ingredients means you aren't panicking in the smoke. Instead, you can relax with a cold drink and connect deeply with your friends. A plan must be rooted in crystal clear goals. Forget the fluff. Use a practical filter to turn desires into standards. You must define the destination, the workspace, the hard deadlines, the methods, and the support network. Once you answer those through the SMART and 5W filters, you eliminate ambiguity. Next, stop treating yourself like a machine. Humans don't maintain productivity in a flat, horizontal line. Find your golden hours, when you're sharpest, usually in the morning when mental energy peaks. Protect those hours like a treasure to handle your toughest tasks. Push trivial stuff like checking emails or tidying up to the late afternoon when your energy's tapped out. Don't let busy work eat your most valuable time.
You also need to tailor your plan to your personality. If you're an introvert, your plan must be a fortress for your energy, prioritizing deep work and avoiding being drained by noise. If you're an extrovert, find checkpoints to keep from flying too far off course and use the pressure of accountability partners. Interaction will be the fuel that gets you to the finish line faster. And if you're an anti-planner who hates rules, don't force yourself into a rigid cage. Use a to-do list. Pick just the 2 or 3 most critical tasks for the day. That simplicity frees your mind and sparks creativity. But here's the truth. Every grand plan will collapse if your wallet is empty. Money is the fuel that buys you space and time. Never trust your willpower when facing the temptation to spend. Apply the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, rent, food, 30% for wants, fun, hobbies, and 20% for the future. Let technology do the work by setting up automatic transfers the moment your paycheck hits.
When money is out of sight, it stays out of mind. This is how we buy financial peace of mind without wasting a single drop of mental energy on an internal struggle. For action, use the eat the frog tactic. Every day there's a task that makes you feel breathless just thinking about it. Eat it in the first hour of your day when you're at your peak. Once that frog is gone, the psychological pressure vanishes, creating a massive wave of mental momentum that carries you through the rest of the day. Don't tidy your desk or check mail to get inspired before eating the frog. Also, gamify your life. Why can we play games all day without getting bored? Because games give instant rewards. Break your goals into quests and give yourself a little win every time you finish one. Use the fear of loss with streaks. When you have a 50-day streak of learning a language, the pain of breaking it is bigger than the urge to be lazy. That's how you hack your brain into staying disciplined. Don't forget the 18-minute rule. 5 minutes in the morning to lock in the big wins, 1 minute every hour to check your focus, and 5 minutes at night to look back, learn, and give yourself some credit. Acknowledging small wins every day triggers dopamine, making your brain love finishing plans instead of fearing them.
See failure only as data feedback, not as a source of guilt. Finally, remember that a plan is not a rigid legal document meant to make you feel guilty. Treat it as a living entity, a draft that can pivot and adapt to reality. Discipline and freedom are not mutually exclusive. They are two sides of the same coin. Planning doesn't take away the surprises of life. It just eliminates the bad ones so you can welcome the great ones. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to start. Grab your thread right now. Plan to be free and start this very moment because you are the one behind the wheel.